Welcome to 365 Language Planet. This is 外国語で楽しもう Episode 16. In this show, we use my original textbook to learn and use languages with joy. This is the textbook. In this first, we do light input, 軽いインプット, and then fun output, 楽しいアウトプット. さあ、始めましょう! Let's begin! I'll roll a dice to select a page, and then a dice to select a sentence. Let's roll! Okay, page 2. Page 2 has sentences 9 to 16. So now, let's roll a dice to select a sentence. 6. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Sentence 14, which is 最近何か楽しいことをしましたか？この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか？ How would you say this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。私はスペイン語で話してみたいです。最近何か楽しいことをしましたか？この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか？ In Spanish, I would say, ¿Has hecho algo divertido últimamente? ¿Has hecho algo divertido últimamente? How about you? How would you say, 最近何か楽しいことをしましたか? In a foreign language. Please let me know in the comments or in the chat. "最近何か楽しいことをしましたか? How would you say this question in a foreign language? この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか? In Spanish, I would say, ¿Has hecho algo divertido últimamente?" In English, I think I would say, "Did you do anything fun recently?" Or, have you done anything fun recently? Yeah. Okay, well, let's move on. 今、この文に外国語でどのように答えますか? How would you answer this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。最近何か楽しいことをしましたか? How would you answer this question in a foreign language? この文に外国語でどのように答えますか? For me, I would say, Sí, esta mañana fui al parque y jugué American football. ¿Y a ti? I wrote, Sí, esta mañana fui a un parque y jugué American football. ¿Y tú? Actually, in Spanish, not American football. I should have said football or football americano. ¿Y tú? How about you? So, 最近何か楽しいことをしましたか? この文に外国語でどのように答えますか? How would you answer this question in a foreign language? Please let me know in the chat or in the comments. I said, yes, this morning I went to a park and I played American football. How about you? 最近何か楽しいことをしましたか? I guess one more thing I did was I went to Costco yesterday and bought lots of delicious beer. That was really yummy and good. Okay, well, let's move on. So now it's a fun output. 楽しいアウトプット。今、あなたにとって役立ち難しすぎない興味深い文を作成して共有しましょう。Let's create and share sentences that are useful, not too hard, and interesting for you. You have 4 minutes. 4分間あります。 Good evening. If you're just joining the show, right now we're doing fun output. 楽しいアウトプット。あなたにとって役立ち、難しすぎない、興味深い文を作成、共有しましょう。Let's create and share sentences that are useful, not too hard, and interesting for you. For example, bebiste cerveza anoche? Bebiste cerveza anoche means, did you drink beer last night? Let's say. D. Bebí mucha cerveza anoche. ¿Y tú? Yes, I drank lots of beer last night. How about you? Maybe one more question. ¿Trabajas mañana? Do you work tomorrow? And I would say for me, no, I have the day off tomorrow. How about you? All right. Well, that's the end of this fun output. So let's roll a dice to select a page and then a dice to select a sentence. Let's roll. 4. Okay, so we will look at page 4. This is actually page 3. Page 4 has sentences 25 to 32. So let's roll again to select a sentence. 6. So that would be sentence 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, so let's look at sentence 30, which is 一番好きな飲み物はありますか？この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか？ How would you say this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。一番好きな飲み物はありますか? How would you say this question in a foreign language? この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか? And this time I'm going to try to use Italian. All right, Takanona! Thanks for joining tonight's show. Takunoa says, do you have a favorite drink? Very nice. Nice one. All right. In Italian, I would say, hai una bevanda preferita. Hai una bevanda preferita. All right, so we got about a minute 20 left. The question is, 一番好きな飲み物はありますか？この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか？ How would you say this question in a foreign language? If you want to, you can do it in other languages. So far we got English. Do you have a favorite drink? And Italian. Hai una bevanda preferita. In Spanish, I would say, ¿tienes una bebida favorita? ¿Tienes una bebida favorita? In German, I'm not so sure. Maybe. Hast du eine Lieblingsgetränk? Maybe. Maybe that's how you would say in German. Okay, anyways, let's move on. So, 今、この文に外国語でどのように答えますか？ How would you answer this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。一番好きな飲み物はありますか？ How would you answer this question in a foreign language? この文に外国語でどのように答えますか？ All right, Takanona says, yes, beer is my favorite drink in the summer. Nice. Okay, tonight, I'm drinking beer too. I mean, so I would say for me, beer is one of my favorite drinks. But for me, I would say, well, and nice sentence. La mia bevanda preferita è il caffè. E tu? All right. K Workshop. Thanks for joining tonight's show. K Workshop says one of my favorite drinks is Asahi Super Dry. Nice. Very nice. I wrote La mia bevanda preferita è il caffè. E tu? Means my favorite drink is coffee. But I do love coffee. I mean, I do love beer too. I love beer, but coffee is my favorite drink because I can't study without coffee. So coffee is very important to me. but I love beer too. All right, 30 seconds left. 一番好きな飲み物はありますか？この文に外国語でどのように答えますか？ How would you answer this question in a foreign language? 10 seconds. All right, well, let's move on to fun output. 楽しいアウトプット。今、あなたにとって役立ち、難しすぎない、興味深い文を作成して共有しましょう。Let's create and share sentences that are useful, not too hard, and interesting for you. You have 4 minutes. 4分間あります。All right, Takanona says, do you have a favorite Japanese dish? Great question. Well, I think my favorite Japanese dish is, has always been yakitori. Since I moved to Japan and I went to a yakitori shop, I've loved yakitori. But maybe sushi, number 2. How about you, Takanona? Do you have a favorite Japanese dish? Let me know in the chat. All right. Okay, I'm going to try a question in Italian. Hai un posto preferito dove bere qualcosa in estate? Okay, K Workshop says, do you have a favorite weekend routine? Next question. Well, my biggest routine is doing this show every Sunday night. That's my biggest routine. But how about you, K Workshop? All right. That was a nice question. Nice question. Okay, Takanona says, among Japanese foods, I like sushi the best, and soba is my second favorite. I think soba is a great dish, too. I like soba. Oh, nice sentence. Okay, I wrote for me, hai un posto preferito dove bere qualcosa in estate, which means, do you have a favorite place to drink in summer? I think it's a good question. Let's see. Okay, Workshop, do you have a favorite weekend routine? You could let us know in the chat if you have time. All right. Okay, Workshop says, my favorite routine is joining live show about languages. Wow. Nice. Thank you. And I guess, and riding your bike. Well, yeah, thank you. I'm very happy to hear that. That's very nice. Okay, well, nice job. Let's move on to the last light input for tonight's show. So I'll roll a dice to select a page and then a dice to select a sentence. One more time. Let's roll. 2. Okay, so look at page 2, which has sentences 9 to 16 on it. Let's roll again. 5. Okay, so we'll do 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We'll do sentence 13 on page 2, which is 人生の目標は何ですか? Alright, この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか? How would you say this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。人生の目標は何ですか? How would you say this question in a foreign language? この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか? Okay, K Workshop says, what is your goal in life? Nice. In German, I would say, was sind deine Lebensziele? Lebensziele. All right, Takanona, what are your goals in life? Very nice. All right. Yeah, for me, it's kind of a tough word to pronounce in German. Lebensziele. 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 Okay, but yeah, in Japanese, you can translate it as your goal in life or your goals in life. Both are okay. Jinsei no mokhyou wa nan desu ka? この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか? How would you say this question in a foreign language? I don't know how to say this question in Spanish. But I think the word for goals in Spanish is meta. Meta. So, ¿qué está tu meta en la vida? Maybe. It might be how you say this question in Spanish. Okay, let's move on. So, 今、この文に外国語でどのように答えますか? How would you answer this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。人生の目標は何ですか? How would you answer this question in a foreign language? この文に外国語でどのように答えますか? All right. K Workshop says, one of my goals is to complete the electric harp. A2. Nice. Nice. That's a great goal to have. Good luck. Good luck. All right. All right. So my goal is meine Lebensziele sind es, jeden Tag zu leben, zu lernen und mich zu verbessern. Und du? All right. So meine Lebensziele sind es, jeden Tag zu leben, zu lernen und mich zu verbessern. Und du? Okay, Takanada says, my goals are freedom and creativity. Great. That sounds fantastic. So for me, I wrote, my goals are to love, to learn, and to improve every day. How about you? By love, I kind of mean like to love life, appreciate life. I think sometimes I'm so, sometimes busy, tired, I forget to appreciate life. And so that's what I mean by love. And learn and improve. Okay, all right, great job, guys. Let's move on to the last section of tonight's show. Now it's fun output, 楽しいアウトプット。So あなたにとって役立ち難しすぎない興味深い文を作成して共有しましょう。Let's create and share sentences that are useful, not too hard, and interesting for you. You have 4 minutes. 4分間あります。All right, last section for tonight's show. What would be good? Today I studied a little bit. I studied using ideas. Like, I have no idea. Do you have any idea? Do you have an idea? But sometimes it's a little difficult to use that question. So sometimes it's good just to use a little bit more of a simple question. Was möchtest du morgen machen? Simple German. What would you like to do tomorrow? Was möchtest du morgen machen? All right, Taka. K Workshop says, Taka, I think you've got freedom and creativity yet. Great. Yes. I think so too. Sometimes, it's very interesting because there's two types of like freedom. One is like just having time, but the other is like being able to use your time. So I think, Taka does a great job of using his time to pursue, his interest. So I really respect his ability to use his time to pursue his interest. All right, Takanona says, what is your goal for this month? Great question. What is your goal for this month? Well, for me, it's kind of a simple goal. I need to pay my bills. I have the money, I have the bills. I just need to go to the convenience store and pay the bills. So I hope maybe I can do it tomorrow. I don't know. How about you, Taka? What are your goals for tomorrow? Great question. Good evening. If you're just joining us, the show is almost over. We do this show every Sunday at 8:30 p.m. 毎週日曜日午後8時半にこのプログラムをします。ぜひ join us. All right. Well, that's the end of 外国語で楽しもう episode 16. Thank you guys so much for studying languages with me tonight. I a little bit changed rooms because the other room is kind of hot. So this room is kind of cooler, but maybe the internet is a little bit slow. All right, K Workshop says, my goal for this month is to finish repairing my motorcycle. Nice goal to have. All right, well, maybe on next Tuesday, maybe Taka can share his goal with us, I hope. All right, well, that's the end of tonight's show. Thank you guys so much for studying languages with me tonight. And I hope you all have a great holiday tomorrow. And I'll see you next Sunday. So till then, good night. See ya. Bye.